So this is one of my childhood idols, Bill Madlock. I used to go early to the games because he would play pepper with the Bat Boys ahead of time. He was a great hitter, third baseman on the Pittsburgh Pirates 1979 World Series team. This is his 1975 Hostess cards. Uh, this one, he played third base, so this is listed as an infielder. And as you can see, this is an error card where they list him as a pitcher. So it's nice to have one of each version. So this is one of my favorite cards in my collection. It's the Colgan's Chip Honus Wagner from 1909 and subsequent years. What I like about it is it's the same pose as the T206, very famous, rare Honus Wagner card. These were issued with gum, and this is the actual tin that it came in, and the gum was round. So that was their slogan. They had the only round gum. So this is a 1936 worldwide gum of Dizzy Dean. As you can see, it's a PSA 5, but it's in exceptional condition. These are very, very, very difficult to find in any kind of decent condition whatsoever, and they're very rare. They were issued in Canada, and of course baseball wasn't as popular in Canada, and so people didn't really save them as much. So it's very difficult to find any of these cards, but especially in this condition. Reggie Jackson, for the entire season of 1976, actually played for the Baltimore Orioles. But Topps or nobody else issued any card for him in an Orioles uniform. This was a team-issued postcard, and it's the only one that I know of that featured him in his playing days in an Orioles uniform, other than some very rare Topps test issues that I believe Keith Olbermann owns 2 of. I think they produced 3 of them, but they were never distributed. So as far as I know, to the best of my knowledge, this is the only card ever distributed with Reggie Jackson in a Baltimore Orioles uniform in 1976. This is a 1970 Topps Super Test issue. Those of you who collect cards, you know that the 1970 Supers, they had rounded edges. This one has square edges. These test issues, it's believed that there are only 100 made per player. So these are much more rare than a regular. Of course, Gale Sayers was one of the greatest running backs that ever lived until he blew his knee out. They didn't have the surgery that they have today, and he really was never the same running back. But prior to blowing his knee out, he was phenomenal and possibly the greatest that ever played. This is probably something you've never seen before. These are 1966 Topps rub-offs, and this is a big, long, uncut sheet of them. Of course, growing up in Pittsburgh, during the Super Bowl years of the 70s, Terry Bradshaw was one of my idols. This is his 1978 Topps card, and this is the actual test proof that came from Topps Vault. As you can see, this is the image used and left open for the Steelers and the border. There were many great souvenirs you could pick up at the stadium. They sold lots of little gadgets, blow-up bats, helmets, and of course these mini bats. So this is one that was sold at the stadium featuring Roberto Clemente. Most of the time they would feature just the team emblem or logo. And this is from the 1940s. This one you could purchase, and it has Joe DiMaggio's signature on it, engraved. These are really pristine little nice pieces.